This is the plaintiff, Victor Herman. He says he and the defendant had been friends for many years, and he never in a million years thought they'd end up here at the People's Court. The guy ordered custom T-shirts from him, made one payment 8 months after the shirts were delivered, and now over a year later won't pay the balance. The guy won't even return phone calls, so now it's in the judge's hands as he sues for the $365.65 he's owed. This is the defendant, Hans Winberg. He says he was quite shocked to get served in the mail to attend court because his friend was suing him. He did get shirts from the plaintiff, but paid for those shirts. Any money the plaintiff's now seeking is not owed, and he thinks the judge will agree. He's accused of shirting his shirt.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. These longtime friends are in court because the plaintiff made shirts for the defendant and the defendant stiffed him. But the defendant says he owes the plaintiff nada. It's the case of shirt happens.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Okay, Terrific Tees, represented here by Victor Herman. You're the owner?
Yes.
You are suing Hans Winberg, your former friend, for $365.65 that you say is an unpaid balance on some T-shirts he ordered from you and just never finished paying for. Tell me what happened. How did you two know each other?
This gentleman owned a store in the town where I live, and we just became somewhat friends.
Okay.
And then he went out of business, became a school teacher, came into us and ordered some custom shirts, and he made a partial payment, and we have never heard about paying the remainder. We have sent him numerous emails, nothing.
What's going on, Mr. Winberg?
Well, I never got an email. I never I never ignored a phone call from him.
Tell me about the shirts though, because you did order the shirts and you didn't finish paying. So
our relationship started in 2005. I believe it is about a year later, 2006, that Mr. Herman's company acquired embroidery machines. He didn't know how to use embroidery machines, but knew I did and reached out to me as a friend, I felt, to come and school him on embroidery. I never asked for compensation. I never submitted a bill to him. I thought it was a friendship. 2008, I began teaching high school.
did you close down your shop?
Yes, we did. We sold our machinery. We closed down our shop. In any case, my first year of teaching, my daughter, who's a college professor, came to the school as a guest teacher one day, and she said at the end of the day, you know, you have a lot of gay, lesbian, etc., LGBT students here. They have no place of their own. You got to make a place for them. In any case, I got it in my head that I would like to help these kids have some identity. I'd like them to be able to walk around school and say, I'm a member of this group. And so I asked Mr. Herman to make me sweatshirts and T-shirts.
Okay,
and
are those them?
They are them. Would you like me to?
Yeah.
So would you sue a really good friend for $365?
It depends on the circumstances.
Well, the circumstances are the friend screwed you over.
Probably.
Okay. You.
No, it takes too long to break in a new best friend.
Fair enough. Who wants to be a tiebreaker here? You.
No, I wouldn't. I would want to move forward with my life and not really spend the time.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
This is the sweatshirts embroidered.
Right.
His company does very good embroidery now.
Okay.
And
Thanks to you teaching.
And the T-shirts are silkscreen. It's meant to depict diversity. You can figure it out, right?
2 boys, a girl and a boy, 2 girls.
Yes, all different colors.
Okay, so everybody's happy with them. You did order them, and why haven't you paid for them? Because you feel as though all of the work that you did as a friend should now count as not a friend?
I didn't really think of it like that. I mean, if I...
It sounds awful when I say it, doesn't it? How much was the total bill? $491.40, and all you paid was a partial payment 8 months later, according to your complaint. Is that correct? 8 months is your position? Of $125.75. So what is your defense? Judge, I put so much time into being a friend to him and helping him out and coaching him on the embroidery machines that this should just be a wash?
I suppose subconsciously I might have thought that all of the hours that I gave him establishing his embroidery business.
And that's fine if you had that deal with him beforehand. If you cut a deal with him that says, you're going to give me shirts, I'm going to pay you $491, that's a contract. And you can't change that because you feel that he's ungrateful for time that you put in. And I wrote down each time you said it, as a friend, I thought it was friendship. If you thought it was friendship, why is he supposed to all of a sudden put a value of $300 and something on it?
I didn't ever expect to not pay him the $365.
Except for that you didn't, and it's been how many years, sir?
Since 2011.
Not much of an example for your students, right? Shall I put you out of your misery?
The last time I sent him money was the month that my wife and I separated. It's been trouble for me funding 2 households on a teacher's salary. I never expected to stop paying him.
Okay, this is done. $365.65. Verdict to the plaintiff, plus, of course, your court costs. Good luck, folks.
Well, the defendant will be paying the plaintiff for the shirts. Come on in here. What's your feeling on that ruling? Understandable?
Yes.
Are you embarrassed that you didn't pay him at this point?
No, I'm embarrassed to be here.
Yeah, so why didn't you just pay him and you wouldn't have had to be here?
I paid him what I could when I could.
So you're claiming you're in financial difficulty? Is that kind of what you're saying?
Money is tight.
All right, right down there.
All right, sir.
All right, step on in here. What's your feeling on the outcome here? You buy his story about being in a bind financially?
But he didn't call to say he was in a bind or anything like that.
What if he did? Would you have given him a break?
I would have said, pay me off a year, pay me $10 a month, something.
Okay, Harvey, take it.
Okay, first of all, on that question we asked, I would sue somebody for $365 if they screwed me over, because they're not good friends if they do something like that to you, unless they come up with an excuse, and then you can take the excuse into account. But if you go into court, these excuses don't matter at all. If you say to the judge, look, I was laid off, I don't have the money, I've got somebody sick in my family, I mean, you can have sympathy. It is not a legal excuse for non-payment of a debt.